So this is the Waldlager, the place where the victims of the Chelmno death camp were murdered. First of all, the place which is in front of me at the moment, this is the car park, but this was once where the narrow gauge railway line used to actually come down here, and it went which went between Dąbie to Koło and then on to Włocławek. This station was used some time, even when this memorial was opened in 1964. People actually got off the train there and came to whatever ceremony. Now, while I'm on the subject of what happened in 1964, it's worth mentioning that when this memorial here was built, the architect laid out the pathways and all the others so it would look respectable, without having the slightest bit of consideration for the actual lie of the land as far as graves were concerned. And I'm sure I'll be coming back onto that subject when I get to the graves themselves. We see this rather horrendous looking monument in front, but it's very much in part with socialist realism. The words that we remember. As it turned out, the socialist regime didn't do a great deal to remember the victims, but only using what it could do for political propaganda. This forest was used from the very beginning of the war as a place where the Nazis carried out murders. It would seem that the first people may even have been shot here in September 1939. It wasn't until, of course, later that the first killings here took place, possibly in October or November 1941, and the first the disposal of the first people who were gassed in the manor house at Chelmno, the castle at Chelmno, were actually brought here. Here we have an old monument for a victim, Stanisław Kaczynski, who was murdered by the Nazis on 28th of February 1942. He was the secretary of the sort of like the town hall, the village hall in Chelmno. He clearly learnt about what was happening in Chelmno, as everybody knew, and he tried to pass this information on to others, and for that he was killed. Here we have a monument to Polish, I suppose that means Catholics, hostages who were murdered here in the autumn of 1939. 16 people who were probably shot, together with tens of victims whose names have not been identified. Straight in front of me now there are gravestones which were brought here from they're originally in the cemetery at Churek. They were probably uprooted by the Nazis for their own nefarious ends, and the stones were saved and they were brought here.